feelings. Today I want to talk about having feelings about your feelings, especially if they're not very nice. So, my partner 5 and his wife Ronnie have been having some strain in their relationship. And I had been going through a lot of self-reflecting and discovering, and I thought, okay, I'm feeling more confident. I'm feeling like I've figured out what I've been doing, and I feel like all the insecurities that I've had have really hurt the entire kind of polyamorous relationship that I've had. And so I thought, oh, I've got it figured out. Now I'm not going to hurt anyone, and now I'm not going to need my partner 5 nearly as much, and everything will be just amazing because I've figured it out. But that's not how it works. You don't snap your fingers and just immediately let go of 35 years of trauma just because you realize what your brain is doing. But at that moment, I felt confident. I thought that I had done that. So I told my partner 5, hey, if you want more nights with your wife Ronnie, go for it. I'll be totally fine. And he seemed so thrilled and happy and relieved that in that moment, I had a blip. I had a blip of that confidence kind of falling away because I was thinking, he is so happy to not have to spend so much time with me. That should have been a sign. But I ignored it. I was thinking, nope, I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling secure. I don't need to think anything about that blip. Everything's totally fine. So nothing happens for a couple of days, and then 5 and I wake up. And he goes, yeah, I do need another night a week with Ronnie. So, they have their normal 2 nights a week. So that's what Ronnie had wanted before. And those were already hard. Because for me, it doesn't take anything away if Ronnie is sleeping in the bed with me and 5. And 5 likes sleeping with all 3 of us. He delights in it. He loves being the middle spoon. But for her, it's not good if I'm there. She connects energetically, and it's just distracting having another person there. And there's trauma from like their kid crawling into bed and being like super just rammy, and it's like scary, I guess, from what I can understand. I'm still confused about it, but everyone has different needs. And so I've been trying to be okay with that, but it was still something that was hard. And so when 5 said he needed an extra night, I realized all that confidence I felt and all the thinking that, oh yeah, I fixed everything. No. It helped. And in regular situations, like, things were a little bit better. But with something like that, that felt harder than I thought it would. And then I got really mad at myself for feeling like that would be hard. So for me, I really love having someone to sleep next to every night. And it's something that I had for many years. I had these relationships where you'd go to bed together with your partner pretty much every night. Like, unless you're on vacation or there's some weird work thing or something, I don't know. But generally, it's every single night. And so to be in a situation where I couldn't do that, it felt hard, but also felt kind of like rejection. And it wasn't rejection, but it did feel like that. For me to be like, oh, Ronnie, you can sleep in the same bed. That's totally fine. But for Ronnie to be like, I don't want you here. Not that she said that, but that's how my brain would take it. So, yeah, the extra night felt really hard. But then I was being really cruel to myself for that feeling hard. Because I was thinking, what's wrong with you? Why are you like this? You didn't fix anything. You're a failure. You're a loser. You're pathetic. And I try not to be mean to myself. I try not to use that kind of language because we can be brutal to ourselves. But because I felt bad for feeling bad, those rules went out the window. My brain basically said, you don't deserve to be kind to yourself. You feel bad about this thing, and you're a monster. You're a terrible person. They need time. They need time because their relationship's strained and they need to fix it. What is wrong with you that's hard? You're a failure. You're a horrible person. And this narrative just kept running and running in my head. And it felt so painful and so bad that I just didn't want to exist. I just wanted it to stop because I was being so mean. And I don't know why I've had this thought that polyamorous people should be totally fine and independent on their own. Because the point of it's multiple loves. Why do I feel like that's the relationship where you should be totally fine being alone? And not like, I do like some alone time. There are times when they might have their evening, it starts and I think, oh, I can pluck at ingrown hairs and do weird, embarrassing things that I might not necessarily want to do in front of somebody else. Or I can sing the entire Hamilton soundtrack and cry to myself or whatever. But it's the nights that are just so hard. And I realized I never really got over them. And just, so the frustration I felt. But I shouldn't need to feel that frustration, because I bet there are a lot of people that enjoy having someone to sleep with every night. Like sleep, not spice. I mean, that's good too. I like that. And it was interesting because my partner 5, I'm going through all this depression stuff and I'm just a wreck. And he was being very supportive. But he asked, are you monogamous? And that question really scared me because I was thinking, oh, what if I am? And I'm just a giant idiot. And I got myself into this situation and I had to take a moment and think, no, I consider myself ambiamorous, that I could be either in a monogamous relationship or a polyamorous relationship. Because I do love somebody else, but that person only needs that much people, and there's not enough room on the screen to show how much peopling I need. And so I love more than one person, but the other person I love doesn't really need me. So it's one of those things that I think I would be happy with a partner that could sleep over on those nights, or I could sleep over at their place on those nights. And that would feel fine, because I do find myself feeling really envious of 5 that he gets to have somebody every night, that he gets to have that intimacy every single day, and that I just get to be there and be like, huh? Because, and I think some of the frustration comes from him not really understanding and be like, oh, well, absence makes the heart grow fonder, and it'll make it more awesome when we do get to have the nights together. And then Ronnie likes having nights on her own. And so I think I've taken all the different things that they've said and internalized it and been like, oh, well, there's something super wrong with me for wanting that. But I'm trying to realize that no, there's nothing wrong. And like, I was trying to get to this point earlier. I am tired. My brain is tired. That you would think in a polyamorous type situation, you would have more opportunities to have more people to sleep with in a sleep way. And so being angry at myself for not liking to sleep alone in a polyamorous relationship is silly, because there should be more opportunities to have more people to sleep with. So I need to figure out how to stop having so much anger at myself about that, and realize that just because for Ronnie that she is okay sleeping alone, that's fine. That's her thing. That's totally okay. Or for the other person I love that, they like to sleep. I think they like to sleep alone. But I mean, like, that's a thing that they do. And then, that's fine. That there are people who like that, and that's okay. And there's people who don't like that, and that's okay too. I would never shame another person who said, oh yeah, I really love having a partner that I can just have in my bed every night. I would never think that's weird in the slightest. So I don't know why I do that to myself. And I need to stop taking what other people say and be like, good for you. Like, that's cool that you think that for yourself. Or even if you think I'm weird, but I need to have that love and compassion for myself and stop having so much anger, because it doesn't help in the slightest at all. So I'm going to work on that. I'm going to work on being kinder and just realizing it's fine. But it might take some time, and hopefully this time I'll remember that yeah, everything takes time. Growth takes time, and there aren't really a lot of shortcuts. So hopefully I can remember that better this time. Okay, bye.